We're back. It's hot. Let me show you what we bought.
So I picked up some blackberries and some raspberries because they're in season and they're delish and I love them. Not quite as good as Scottish raspberries, but you know, we do what we can. Also in season, we have some lovely cherry tomatoes. I got a couple of mozzarella. I got some Greek yogurt, just the individual ones because they're handy for snacking or for breakfast. Kitchen boring, but essential. Got some couscous because I'm almost finished the box that I already have. These cashews, these lightly salted toasted cashews are an absolute drug for me. I love having them. I got 4 packs of these. They're good for, you know, snacking if I'm hungry after work or for adding to said yogurt, etc. They're just really good. Also, in terms of nuts, got these not so lightly salted. These are toasted salted almonds and they're delish. Also good for snacking. Got 2 enormous peaches, which are so solid. I think they might be ripe sometime around Christmas, but you know, that's fine. And this, folks, will probably do me probably 3-4 days at the most. And I paid, for any of those interested, €22.13. So now my section of the fridge looks somewhat less depressing.
Do forgive the utterly pink face. It's 35 degrees outside, but I just wanted to add a little bit of context as to how that tiny amount of food will last me 3 to 4 days. Being that I'm a pastry cook in a restaurant, I basically only have to think about my dinner like 2 days a week on my days off. My lovely colleagues, my band of fellow pirates, provide dinner for all of the staff, also lunch for those who do the lunch shift. So it's ew. So dinner is just something I never really need to think about. Plus, limited fridge space because I live with 4 other people, and the fact it's too hot to want to eat anything that isn't fruit or cold dairy products, that will do me just fine.
So if you're new to the channel, or if it's been a while and you're not caught up in all the lore, first of all, better that way. I am currently a pastry cook in one of the kind of bigger non-touristy restaurants in Venice, which is very, very nice. And at least from my perspective, it's going well. I'm learning a lot. I'm stressed at times, but I'm happy, and it's a nice, stimulating environment, you know. I have finally, after years of working in various gelaterie, both in front of the counter and behind actually making the gelato, I've finally made the kind of baby step from that and speaking English and serving people to speaking Italian and making gelato to finally now being a pastry cook. So I work just after the kind of lunch rush, the lunch service in the restaurant, and I have my kind of 2, 3, 4 hours of peace and silence in the kitchen, which is almost unheard of in a restaurant kitchen, to prep all of the desserts, all of the components of the various different desserts that we have, and get them ready in time for the evening service, which I work with the other cooks and with the chef. It's something that acts as a perfect kind of outlet for creativity, physically and mentally. It's something that keeps me on my feet, gets me away from screens. That was a big, big thing I hated about working in an office, for example, because it just felt like, you know, your free time, your work time, everything time was spent just staring at screens, and that's not good for anyone. It's also a very social job, you know, in the sense that most jobs you will socialize with your colleagues, with your co-workers, but it's not often easy to do that when you're actually working at the same time, you know. There's not many jobs that allow for that to be done very efficiently. We are forced to kind of work together as a team, not only with the other guys in the kitchen, but also with all of the wait staff, with the guys who make pizza, with the people who work in bar. It's a good, sociable job to have. At the moment, we have 5 different desserts on the menu, so we have lots of different individual preparations to do. We have some kind of traditional Italian things, both from the north and south of the country, and we have some things that take some inspiration from Latin America, the Americas in general, really. And it's definitely enough to keep me on my feet, to help keep me organized, to help me learn new techniques and things like that. And that's exactly what we're going to be doing today. Today it's a Thursday as I'm filming this, so it may perhaps not be our busiest day of the week. However, it is still peak tourist season in Venice, and
the 15th of August, which will be tomorrow as I'm recording this, is one of the country's biggest kind of national holidays. So there are still lots of people, you know, on vacations and things like that, whether they're tourists or Italians from other parts of the country. There's always someone that needs dessert. Gonna have some lunch and then we need to get going.
If you guys follow me on Instagram, you may already be sick and tired of seeing this plate, but this is truly the go-to hot day lunch at the moment. We have some cherry tomatoes with some salt and olive oil, some mozzarella torn to shreds with some salt and olive oil, and some lovely blackberries. Also got some crunchy kind of seeded breadsticks. Let me show you. For some good old carbohydrates, texture and fiber.
Home, I'm showered, I'm parked in front of my favourite fan, and it's now very much time to go to sleep. Thank you for watching, see you in the next one.